If you are not fully vaxxed, stay home. There are only 3 reasons to leave the home now, not 5. Work is not a reason to leave the home for the unvaccinated. The Chief Health Officer has also determined that restriction of movement is critical right now and that 1 hour of exercise for the next 4 days is not essential. Remember, these restrictions only apply to those who are not fully vaccinated.
Victoria's Premier has extended the pandemic declaration for another 3 months due to the serious risk of the Omicron spread. In a statement issued last night, Daniel Andrews announced the measure would be in place from this Wednesday. Victoria's Acting Chief Health Officer says while hospitalisations and ICU admissions rise, the state is yet to reach its peak. The declaration comes under sweeping new pandemic powers granted to the Premier and Health Minister.
So just a bit of an overall summary of what we see, the picture before us. In the last 7 days, we've got about almost 50% of the cases are aged between 20 and 39 years. So there's 29% between 20 and 29, and 30 and 39 account for 19% of the cases. The transmission is happening in a variety of settings, obviously in those household and social gatherings that people are having, and also in places like pubs, clubs, nightclubs. And the concern around the behaviour of dancing and singing, I suppose, just to explain to people why we're picking on that as a transmission mechanism, is the fact that when people are in those environments and dancing, you're actually encountering and bringing together people from very different social networks. So when you go and sit down with your 5 friends in a restaurant and you're just sitting down, the only people that you're really coming into contact with our mask wearing rules, with the hospitality staff wearing masks, you wearing masks until you sit down, is that group that you're with. But when you're actually dancing on a dance floor, when you're energised and singing in a group and moving around, then you're actually risking exposing people that you would normally day to day not come into contact with. Clearly a very high case burden, and I think I've mentioned before that the numbers of tests positive that we report every day will be an underestimate, and that's also because we're moving to incorporate RAT testing. Prime Minister from National Cabinet announced the RAT testing